Friends, colleagues and listeners, here we are in Dubai, World Cargo Symposium. Got the pleasure of having a chat now with an ex-colleague, friend, and somebody who I've grown to have a lot of affection for over the years. The guy I'm talking about is Mike Duggan, who's the head of cargo with Oman Air. Mike, lovely to have you again.
Hi mate, how's it going?
I should have used a different term there, but it's lovely to see you again, I should have said. Nice to see you.
It's great to see you as well, mate.
All right, and we've had some great times together. But what I want to ask now is about you and what you've been doing, how you've enjoyed, the move over to Oman.
Yeah.
Just give us a little bit of an insight.
Well, on the one hand, it's a beautiful place to go move to.
Yep.
I've spent a lot of time in the Middle East and had visited Oman a few times, but never lived there. And yeah, it's beautiful. The countryside, the mountains. It's got a beautiful coastline. Got myself a little boat, so that's really good fun.
Nice one.
And the people are really, really super friendly. Probably the nicest of the Gulf nationals in my view. So yeah, loving it.
No, well, brilliant. Now, the actual role, head of cargo.
Yep.
All right. So, what excited you when you went there? What now still excites you after being there for a little while? And what are you focusing on now moving forward? I know you've got a lot of new routes and extra services. So
yeah, well, joining Oman Air, I wasn't quite sure what to expect in the sense of you can see from the outside it's a quality airline. Trying to maybe let's say emulate a little bit what the other Gulf carriers are doing, but without being on the inside picture, you never really know.
Yeah.
Now I'm in there, I can see that yes, it is a quality airline and doing a great job, but needed a bit of we need a bit of steering and a bit of efficiency drive to make it profitable, and that's the key challenge with this thing, right? So.
Yep.
On the cargo side, actually a pretty good product already, and the team was really doing a great job in place. But it needed just a little bit of steering, a bit of tweaking of the way they do business, change of attitudes and approach to
Yep.
cargo environment, the kind of things that you and I are used to from carriers we've been in.
Yep.
But they're responding really well. It's a great team I've got there. Really, really proud of the way they've accepted me as part of the team, but also responded to the kind of things I've asked them to do and changed the way we work a bit. So
it's lovely when you see people all start to come together with one common storyline.
Yeah.
And they understand the journey and what their roles are within that. It's a nice.
Well,
and you're a sportsman,
yeah.
so you know how important it is. Everybody appreciates
100%.
their position.
There's no I in team, right?
Yeah.
Classic line. But as I said, they responded well to the kind of things I've asked them to look at and change some of the working habits, approach to some of the business that we're chasing.
Yeah.
It's a very data-driven environment now, so it's all about the numbers, trying to make sure that we're flying the right routes and selling the right cargo on those routes.
Yeah.
And we're a network carrier too, so Muscat's a great little hub. Actually, it's not just that little. The airport's, if you've been to see it, it's very modern, been rebuilt recently. Our cargo terminal's only about 6-7 years old. Fully air-conditioned facility, great equipment in there. And both the airport and the cargo terminal are under capacity.
Yeah.
So from an operational perspective, it's very easy. Our cargo, we have no issues with cargo lying or big,
which is
backlogs or anything else like that. Cargo's easily handled, pallets rebuilt, narrow body to wide body freighters to. Everyone does a great job. So the quality of the product has been fantastic. So hard to make it go wrong, actually.
Well, that's a lovely thing to say in this day and age.
Yeah.
I used to transit through there when I was on my way to Manila. It was always my preferred choice. Lovely. But what I want to ask you as well, now that you're looking at the network from a different perspective and the suppliers and the opportunities that are out there, how are you seeing the GHA world from your perspective now?
Well, the GHA world as in cargo warehouses, etc.
As in everything that you've just said, as in their capacity constraints, their capacity opportunities, their additional services that are on offer, their consistency of service.
I think one thing I've seen in the last 5 to 10 years, let's say since we met, I think the ground handling environment for cargo warehouses has improved immeasurably. I think technology's probably helped quite a lot with that situation, but people now starting to undertake proper standard care and actually proper ways of dealing with cargo, getting rid of the bad habits of. I mean, it's still there. Still see some stuff now and again. But the amount of training, the amount of attention to detail in cargo warehouses, I think across the board, no matter which company you talk to, has certainly helped a lot. I think the next stage in that environment, we need to see hopefully some new cargo sheds being built. Some of the facilities, let's say take Heathrow for example, some of those buildings have been there longer than you and I have been around. And then when we see a modern facility like I have in Muscat, or the other ones, this new one in Amsterdam, which we're going to look at for our Amsterdam service at Aneta, those buildings make a big difference because it's just so much easier to do the work.
No, it is, and then the area I was looking for is I've always believed it's people, practices, and performance. And if you don't invest in the people and give them the right capabilities and toolkit, it's always going to be difficult. And now with retention and the way the world's going, trying to make people love the business that you and me have enjoyed all our lives.
I agree with you, and it's a sense of, I think, the improvement in overall general management standards, people management and facilities and management practices that are now more commonplace, and maybe before were seen as being a sort of a new approach to the way of
too
doing
much
things.
Extra work. Why?
And now it's fairly commonplace and standard practice in most, and that's, as an industry, we're better off for it too.
No, it's good. It's good. And then just to wrap up, what are you hoping to achieve now over the next year or 2 years?
I hope that first of all that I'm a guest in Oman, come to help them develop their business. I hope that my team learns something from me, learns the way I work, learns my personal standards, enjoys working with me, and I hope I leave a legacy behind that's something that they're proud of, and they can say, we really enjoyed working with Mike, and that he left his mark here in Muscat in a positive way.
That's nice.
And then, of course, I think associated with that is hopefully a bit of business success, grow their cargo network, make sure the standards are maintained, and that we're seen as a quality organisation, and customers want to work with us, and shippers want to ship with us. That's good, mate. Anyhow, wishing you great success, and I'm sure they will, Mike. Always fun to talk to you. You always leave a good mark. So we had a good time in our days back in Jeddah. We did, mate. But thanks very much for everything. All right, take care and good luck.